Hello, guys, and today we got some exciting news for you travel oriented guys, and it relates to Thailand actually. And I know for years I've been recommending Philippines as the best travel destination because of the visa. You can stay in the Philippines for up to 3 years on just extending your tourist visa. And Thailand was limited to about 2 months, I think it was, even when you extend it for 1 month after the initial 30 days. But now they have a new visa, and we're going to listen to what a blogger in Thailand is saying about it. And it sounds like it's a big positive step forward for Thailand visas, because now, from what I understand, you pay about 300 something bucks, and you get a 5 year multiple entry visa to Thailand. It's unbelievable. I never, in all my years of traveling, I've never heard such a good deal. And there are some questions, of course, and it's not official. I mean, it is official that they're planning to put it out, but it hasn't started yet. I think the starting date for this new type of visa is mid-July. But let's hear what this Thailand blogger has to say about it.
Big visa news here in Thailand. A lot of people are talking about this. It's the visa that a lot of people have been waiting for. And in this video, I'm going to give you all the details. I'm going to tell you where things currently stand. And because this is Thailand, I'm going to tell you some of the questions that remain, who this visa is for, how you can apply, all kinds of good stuff. But man, they finally did it. This was a visa that I personally have been calling for years. I'm going to compare it DTV. I just hope that anyone who gets the DTV doesn't end up moving over here and getting an STD. Anyways, let's get into the details. First, this is a 5-year visa, and it's a multiple entry visa. That means you can come and go as you please. For most visas in Thailand, you should know when you're applying that there's usually a single entry and a multiple entry option. So it's really important, I think, to select the multiple entry option, because otherwise, if you forget to tick that box and you end up getting a visa without multiple entry, as soon as you leave the country for a little trip, maybe you want to jump up to Luang Prabang for a weekend, boom, your single entry's used up. You got to get a brand new visa. So for any visa, make sure you get multiple entry. For the DTV, though, it seems that multiple entry is just par for the course. So it's a 5-year multiple entry visa. Next, holders of the DTV visa can stay in Thailand for up to 180 days per visit. And because it's multiple entry, I'm assuming that means you could just take a trip up to Luang Prabang, maybe down to Penang in Malaysia, maybe over to Siem Reap or Hanoi. Just take a little hop, skip, and a jump after your 180 days is coming to a close, and boom, you re-enter. And I think you should get a new 180 days. Apparently, you can renew the visa, though, one time without leaving the country, but just one time over the 5 years, you can renew the visa and get your 180-day clock reset. So that would mean that you could spend technically pretty much one full calendar year in Thailand, 360 days on this 5-year visa. But other than that, you would have to come and go at least once every 180 days. And how much does the visa cost? They're saying it's going to cost 10,000 Thai baht. I think that's about $300. I'll definitely put it up in graphics in a couple.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing if that's going to be the price. The question that still remains is, are they going to require this 10,000 baht, about 270 US dollars, each time you enter the country, or is it good for the entire 5 years and you can have multiple entries during the five years for $273?
Of currencies for you. Apparently, the renewal fee is also 10,000 baht. So if you do want to renew it and extend that 180 days without leaving the country, you got to pony up another 10,000 baht. Next, let's get into the benefits of the visa and talk about who this visa is really designed for. So first of all, the income requirements for this visa are a hell of a lot lower than other similar kind of digital nomad visas in Asia. I think there's one in Malaysia where there's an income requirement, pretty modest, $24,000 a year to get some sort of Malaysian digital nomad visa. In Japan, I heard there's an income requirement of 68,000.
Yeah, he's rambling on a bit there, but basically there's no income requirement for this new Thailand visa. So it's just a really good deal.
$1,000 a year, but the income requirements for this are pretty much non-existent. It's just more proof of cash. So I'm going to get into all the requirements in just a sec, but moving along with the benefits.
Yeah, and just to cut it short here again, I believe the only requirement is that you have $10,000 in assets or a bank account. You don't have to give it to the government, but it still remains a question whether you can use your foreign bank account to show your balance, or whether you actually need to open up a Thailand bank account and show the balance there. That's still an open question.
Next one's big. You can work for foreign companies on this DTV visa, and that's here in Thailand visa. The good old DTV was designed for is these digital nomad type of workers who freelance for customers maybe all over the world. Another big benefit of the DTV visa is that you can bring over dependents. So whether that's a spouse or children under the age of 20, anyone who holds a DTV visa is going to be allowed to bring dependents with them.
Yeah, that's good for guys that are married to a Filipino. They could actually just bring their wife in on this 5-year visa. Wow, it's very impressive.
That's actually a huge benefit. There is some serious questions, though, that are yet to be answered with this visa, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But first, I'm going to blow through the eligibility requirements. The eligibility requirements. So, pretty simple. You got to be 20 years old minimum. There's no income requirements. As I said earlier, you have to have proof of at least 500,000 baht. Not sure if that's a Thai bank account or a foreign bank account, but all they want to see is that you have 500,000 baht, which equates to between 13 and 14,000 US dollars saved up so that you can actually afford to live here. Of course, another requirement is to pay the 10,000 baht visa fee. And this all sounds simple enough. But there are some questions. People are confused about some points, and there's still some things to get resolved. So let's get into that. This is what everyone's asking. So you got the ability to apply and extend your 180 days just one time over the 5 years. That costs 10,000 baht. But what happens if you don't even bother doing that? I mean, one of the beauties of living in Thailand is every 6 months, 180 days, you're going to want to go on a little trip. You're going to want to go somewhere, enjoy a little getaway. So and plus that will equate to a visa run on this DTV visa. So if you are here for 170 days, you take a little trip over to Phnom Penh, somewhere like that, Vietnam, anywhere. You just leave Thailand to reset, come back, you get your new 180 days on your same 5-year DTV visa. Are they going to want 10,000 baht for that? Or will that be a free kind of renewal? That's a big question. I haven't been able to find the answer. If you know the answer, comment below. This is a group effort here with things that are new and developing. Next question, what are the tax implications? Say I'm Joe and I got a bunch of clients for graphic design work on my laptop, and I'm going to live in Thailand for the next 5 years on this DTV visa. What are the tax implications?
Yeah, I don't think this applies for retirees that don't have a job or are not freelancing, but it's an open question.
One of the main benefits of that LTR visa, which I'm going to highlight in a video soon, is very clear flat tax for these types of workers of 17%. Nobody really knows just yet what's going on with taxes and the DTV. Next, are you going to have to show any proof of employment? Is that going to be a requirement? Or, because that'd be hard for a lot of freelancers. You're not really employed.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but we're still waiting for a bunch of answers.
You would just have freelance work agreements, a bunch of one-off contracts. Now, this is also the perfect visa to explore Thailand and Thai culture. They mention things like Muay Thai, taking Thai cuisine, Thai cooking schools, sports, athletes, medical treatment. This type of stuff all has to be published and ratified and made formal and actually launched. So how to apply for this? Nobody knows, but you'll probably be able to apply right at Thai immigration from within Thailand and probably from the Thai consulates and embassies worldwide. How long will it take? What's the process? That news is still to come. When is this all going to go down? Most people think that sometime in July, all of this is going to be known. So when that happens, like I keep saying, I will do another video.
Yeah, so like the guy is saying, yeah, most of it's going to go down in July, but we're still waiting for the official start date. But it is something to look forward to, and me included. I've always said Thailand is the number one tourist or travel destination for myself. The infrastructure is good, the food is fantastic. The language is still a problem in Thailand when you meet a female partner, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of pluses in Thailand. Now, of course, I prefer Philippines over Thailand for the language advantage here. Everybody coming from United States or English-speaking country, they can come to the Philippines, and there is absolutely zero language problem. I mean, there is a cultural problem. I mean, they speak English here in the Philippines, but sometimes you you wonder if you speak the same language because their thinking is totally different. I mean, even today, after living in the Philippines for a couple of years, I'm still scratching my head with some of the replies and comments that I'm getting from my female partner. It just doesn't make any sense always, but that's another story. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But it is good news, guys. Let's stay tuned here for the final official release or the announcement on this, but it looks like it's coming around mid-July. Keep our fingers crossed.